Instead of buying a brand new car, because it depreciates as soon as you get off the lot, you can buy a used car.
That's an expensive vacation, but when you're making millions.
How did you find your jeweler?
He really just DM'd me. I was like, he got some reasonable prices, so I'm gonna go with him.
The Eagles are going to the Super Bowl, and with that, there's no better time than now to check out Jalen Hurts' first $1 million and how he spent it. I'm a financial coach, and we're going to break down everything about how he spent his first $1 million. Let's get into it. Now, before I start, there's two things that I'm hoping we see. Some savings and some setting aside money for taxes. A lot of players end up setting aside no money for taxes or no savings, and they blow through their money because they don't have a sense of how to spend it because they're just randomly got this huge multi-million-dollar contract. But I have high hopes for Jalen that he'll be responsible and do the right thing. He's Mr. Cool, Calm, and Collected. So let's watch.
I was drafted in the second round of the 2020 draft. I was really excited. I know the history in Philadelphia and the pride. I go back and watch it, and it gives me chills just seeing the reaction of my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, and just the emotion in the video. And I was just ready to go to work at that moment. I was just ready to get after it. You can see the details of my rookie contract right here.
Okay, let's read that. Drafted in the second round of 2020 NFL draft by the Philadelphia Eagles. That's awesome. There's a 4-year deal for $6.02 million. Just imagine being like 22 years old and getting a $6 million contract. That's insane. And 1.94 fully guaranteed with workout bonuses. I did read a little bit about this beforehand, that some players get incentivized in their contracts to work out on the off season just to make sure that they are participating and getting stronger and working throughout that offseason. So it's cool to see that structured this way. It's also crazy to see that this was how small, quote unquote, his deal was compared to now, knowing that it is a massive contract. If I can find the number, I'll throw it up here too.
My first $1 million, I probably spent $165,000.
Did you hire a financial advisor?
I did, and I think that's very essential when it comes to saving and managing your money.
What are some tips
I'm so impressed. I love Jalen.
of smart ways they can save their money?
There are a ton of ways you can save money and be smart about your money. Instead of buying a brand new car, because it depreciates as soon as you get off the lot, you can buy a used car or a lease car. Instead of going out to eat all the time at these 5-star restaurants, you can simply cook at home, or a person like me, I'm gonna take me a few to-go plates from the facility. The third way you can save money is on a phone plan like Straight Talk, because it runs on the same major networks like other brands, but it'll allow you to save a lot of money. Instead of hiring a landscaping company, you can hire a local kid from the community to come cut your grass.
Okay, was that a sponsorship? The phone plan thing? That was kind of funny. But I am thrilled. Jalen hit it out of the park with so many of those things that he said there. Buying a used car. Cars lose roughly 10% of their value the second they get off the lot. Or if you're going to buy a car, you might as well buy a used car. You can buy a barely used car and it still has a new car smell and feels like a new car. Cooking meals at home, huge thing. Restaurants typically upcharge 300% for the cost of what you're paying for. So just the burger itself, while you might buy it for $6, you could probably buy all those ingredients for $2 at the grocery store. Now that's going to be an average of everything, but you have to think, because you're paying the restaurant for the food, you're paying for the staff to make it, you're paying for the building and the taxes on that building, you're paying the corporate cut, so you're paying all these extra things in addition to the cost of the actual burger itself. Yes, they have some cheaper rates with suppliers, but on average, restaurants or fast food places upcharge 300% for what the actual raw ingredients cost. So cooking at home is a huge one. Switching to an affordable phone plan. I'm also going to say that same thing with internet too, just shopping around or canceling subscriptions that you don't use. So if one suggestion that I really like is just using Netflix, and then using Netflix, and when you watched everything you want to see there, cancel it, go to Hulu. Watch everything there, cancel that, go to Disney Plus, whatever you're wanting to watch. That's a great way to save money as well. I love what they're doing here. I love what Jalen said. Hire a local kid to cut your lawn. That is good. Yes, if you have the wiggle room to spare to pay somebody to cut your lawn, that's a wonderful way to buy some of your time back and not have to worry about that. It helps teach kids how to start working for their money, and it's a great way to just build that community. I love that.
Company, you can hire a local kid from the community to come cut your grass like I used to do. So we talked about how I save my money. Now let's talk about how I spend my money.
I want to know how much he saved.
The very first thing, I went to the mall in Philadelphia. I got a Philly cheesesteak from Larry's, of course, and I went and got some Philadelphia gear. I got like some bomber jackets, a Kobe one, I got an Eagles one.
That's cool.
I have a Phillies one. All the Philadelphia gear I got probably added up to like $1,000.
How much was the Philly cheesesteak?
Like $13. Philadelphia gear.
That's great. See, my family, we would always do this game of like, what would you buy if you win the lottery? You have $1 million, or if we go crazy, $1 billion lottery. What do you go buy? And it's just cool that he's such a sports guy that he went and just bought all the Philadelphia team stuff. I love that. It's great.
When I first got my money, $1,000. And a Philly cheesesteak, $13. The bomber jackets, that's probably the most thing I wear all the time. I wear that the most. I got some jewelry. I'm not showing it, but I got a few chains and a bracelet. I've never had no real chain, nothing like that, so I got me some real jewelry. Ordered me some stuff offline, some clothes. I give me some shoes, probably like 25 to 30. I'll put up 30.
Obviously, that's a lot. I did notice the chains under his shirt, but he's got such a huge contract. $30,000 relative to what he's getting paid is quite reasonable. So no concerns there. I think that's great.
$30,000, my first year of fashion.
What do your chains say? Where did you get them made?
I got them in Atlanta. It say Rare Breed, Untamed, and it's the Omega pendant, Omega Sapphire.
Cool. How did you find your jeweler?
He really just DM'd me, and I was like, he got some reasonable prices, so I'm gonna go with him.
That's cool. I've seen so many videos where people just DM celebrities, and you never know. Might as well shoot your shot and try to see if you can get in business with them, or make sure you have a good product. But that's so cool. I love that. He just answered somebody in his DMs. Love it. Charity too?
Charity's probably like the biggest one. So this Christmas, towards the end of the year, the holiday season came around. I was in search of a family. I just wanted to bless some holiday spirit, trying to give back, show some uplift and some service. I actually met this family through Alex's Lemonade Stand. It's a foundation in Philadelphia that basically supports cancer research, and I got to meet the family, and I got to meet Eric. Eric has a very rare cancer, and he beat it. This is what I told Eric. I was like, is there anything that you want Santa to come give you, or anything that you want to ask Santa? And he didn't really have much. And I said, I'll see what Santa can do. Then that's where the video came out, where I surprised him with the $30,000 check for a down payment on a new house. I pretty much got him every game you can imagine, every system, new TV.
I love that.
For charities and giving back for my rookie year, $60K.
That's cool. See, I think that's already a great place to be. He could have justified not giving anything and said, you know what, I need to make sure I'm covered, I have like all my expenses paid for life and make sure that I'm good. But no, he even took what amount he was guaranteed, which probably would have been good enough for the rest of his life. $6 million is questionable of how much that would really yield for the rest of your life, especially if we're talking before taxes. So he could have justified not giving anything, and the fact that he gave more than double what he spent on just his fashion, and that he did spend a good amount on fashion anyway, I think that's really admirable. And to give a shout out to Rachel Cruze from the Dave Ramsey Show, she has this saying that give a little till you can give a lot. So even if you're in a place where you can't afford to give $60,000, give a little bit. Round up at the cash register, donate some extra like $20 or something, or just whatever you can at the end of the month if your budget allows. Just try to give a little bit until later you can give $60,000.
That's what matters the most.
That's cool.
For rent, Wi-Fi, phone bills, all this different stuff, $30,000 this year.
That's so reasonable. That's like, was he just living in like a regular single family home or something? That's almost like just a normal family. Man, I want to know where he lived. That's crazy.
I didn't buy a house or anything like that when I got drafted because it was just me. I didn't need this big place just for myself. I just got me a little apartment, you know, something smooth that'll last me for the time being.
What about when you go home?
That's so crazy. I love it.
Do you stay with your family or you rent a place?
Nah, I stay at mama's house. My mom and my grandma, they won't let me stay anywhere else.
Jalen is 10 out of 10 so far with his
Business
budget.
fees. So obviously as a professional athlete, you have people that work for you and do things for you, and it don't come free, you know. So for my agent, my financial advisor, I spent about 20 my rookie year.
That sounds fair.
I've spent $20,000 on business fees this year.
I don't know what the norm is in the NFL, but that seems super reasonable.
Off-season training, as well as just taking care of my body for my rookie season, whether it be massages, different types of treatments, acupunctures, cryotherapy, just really take care of your body, putting the right things into your body, not eating, you know, junk. So 10,000 for
That's also crazy reasonable. Even for that, I think it's LeBron James that spends, is it $1 million a year on his body? I think I heard that about Russell Wilson as well, that they spend $1 million a year just on their trainers, and they have like personal chefs that they hire to make all the meals and make everything super easy. And Jalen certainly might have that as well. But $10,000, that's so reasonable. Oh, I love it. And that's true for all of us. Just take care of your body, take care of your health. Just trying to find those times to eat healthy, saves you money, keeps you healthy. It's great. Take care of your body. Love it.
training and self-care. I'm
10,000
actually
reasonable.
in Dallas working out with Bobby Stroop. He's trained a lot of great players, and I'm out here working with him, and that's not free either, so I gotta take care of that too. Noticed some things my mom wanted done around the house. Helping around the house, back home, I put $15K on that. Remodeled the bathrooms. She got some new wood on the floors, new bedroom in there, some bedroom renovations. I think giving back to my parents is very important to me. I love both of my parents dearly, and I wouldn't have none of this if it weren't for them, so I'm very thankful for them.
How nice is that? Man, I love Jalen. He's so great. Yeah, that's so cool. Even though it's not charity because it's family, I still love that he's giving money away to other people and being selfless with it. I think that's really admirable and just shows that he's got great character.
Speaking
Even
of
more.
giving back to my family, I gave my brother $1,000 for his wedding. Couldn't even go because I had a game, but I gave him $1,000.
That's super cool. That's so funny. He scheduled it on a Sunday during the NFL season. Jalen couldn't go. That kind of stinks. I'm guessing they probably tried, but I know wedding planning can be hard.
We're very close. My brother coaches with my dad at Channelview High School, so I have a great relationship. I wouldn't be where I am today just watching him play as a younger brother, taking me a long way. I didn't see the need to get a brand new car. My 300 ride just right to me, so I got that car when I was in college. A used car, low mileage. Having the money I have now, I had the capabilities of paying it off, so I spent $10,000 paying my car off when I got my first meal.
That's crazy. He didn't even buy a new car. Is he talking about a Chrysler 300? Yeah, I assumed he was talking about Chrysler when he was talking about this. But like, those are they're pretty nice, but that's also just, he could have afforded basically any luxury car, and I admire that he kept it simple. And that's a big thing here. A lot of people end up buying cars they can't afford, and I'm just glad to see that Jalen bought or paid off a car that he already afforded and could fully pay it off now. I think that's great. And it's just a good sign too, that you don't need to be driving this big flashy new car, and you can still have all the coolness that Jalen Hurts has driving a Chrysler 300, which is still a pretty cool car, and I'd be happy to have that car too. So I just love that he's still got that modesty, and I think it's a really good example.
So I haven't spent $1 million yet, but I know at some point I have a few things that I want to buy. I have $15,000. Somebody told me that was a reasonable number for a vacation for the future. So I'll go to a nice place, spend 15 on a vacation or vacations, whether it be with my family or some loved ones, some friends. Go on a vacation. I still haven't got my passport, so I need to come on with that. I know I want to go on a safari vacation, but I'm not too sure yet, so I gotta continue to do my research on it.
That's cool. 15,000, that's an expensive vacation, but when you're making millions, that's, again, super reasonable. He could be just balling out, spending all the money in the world, and it's cool that 15,000, he took that. I think that's good advice for somebody in his financial situation. He could do even more if he wanted, but I think that's a great spot. I'm hoping that big stack on the right is savings. We'll see. Or taxes and savings. Let's keep watching.
I haven't really talked about this one to anybody yet, not even my parents or my sister even, just in case she needs it in the future. She's 16 now, and she's gonna...
Imagine you're the sister and this is how you find out. He just said he hadn't even told her. Did I hear that right? That he hadn't told her? And she could watch this and find out that he's basically paying her tuition. That's so cool. I want to listen to that again, just make sure.
I haven't really talked about this one to anybody yet, not even my parents or my sister even, just in case she needs it in the future. She's 16 now, and she's gonna go to college one day. She's gonna do great things, and just in case she needs it, I have $70,000 set aside for her to go to college, just in case she needs it.
Dang, that's like half a semester. That's awesome. Just kidding. But, oh, that's cool. This is 3 years ago, so now she'd be 19. So I wonder if she's now in school and using that money. And just imagine your brother being in GQ on their on their channel here, and you find out watching the video that he's paying for your college. Oh, that's so cool.
She plays volleyball, so she could very well get a scholarship and go play somewhere for free. My brother and I, she's the smartest without a doubt. She's in her own world when it comes to that, and we were smart.
That's so cool. And he's humble too. I like that. Jalen, I don't even fully know the story of why he did this, but he also got his master's degree after already being in the NFL and being this like deca millionaire. So it's cool. I just love the modesty and the selflessness there. Now let's find out what this last and biggest pile is, because I'm very intrigued.
So as you can see, I try and be pretty smart about how I save my money. So the rest of this,
good job.
It's all in the savings.
How much is left?
What to do? Savings. All this money here, going with the savings. If I could get any advice to a rookie, all this money here, going with the savings.
262 was all he spent, and the rest went into savings. That's crazy. I wonder how they're looking at this million. If they're talking about after taxes $1 million, then that's great. I love that number. If they're talking before taxes $1 million, we're gonna have to take off, depending on I don't know Philadelphia's specific taxes. And I imagine he's living in Philadelphia long enough that he's paying Philadelphia taxes. I know he said he works out in Texas. If he works out in Texas and lives there and just lives in Philadelphia during the regular football season, that would be a small enough time that he could be paying Texas taxes, and Texas doesn't have income tax. So that would be great for him in that sake. But if he's paying Philadelphia state taxes as well as the federal state taxes, we know we're at least taking off around 33% as of this rough time period, I believe it was around 33%. It varies a little bit, sometimes administration to administration. Typically, it's stayed between 30 to 40% being the highest income tax rate, plus state tax on top of that. So if we're talking the 40% worst case scenario here, and some state taxes on here, he's still leaving an extra, that would be $300,000 that he's still saving, which is just wonderful. And knowing that he's being smart with money, and now he's got an even more massive contract. He's 10 out of 10 on how he spent everything so far. Let's see how he wraps this video up here.
If I could get any advice to a rookie coming into the NFL, having this amount of money for the first time ever in your life, be wise with your choices and decisions. I know you have things that you've always dreamed of having maybe, and that's perfect. Like, go get it, you earned it, you know what I'm saying? But also be smart and mindful and prepared. It goes by quick, so, because that Uncle Sam is real. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. If you want to see more financial coach reactions, just let me know who you want me to react to, or any other videos. Send them in the description, or in the comment section rather. Check out my other videos. I have educational stuff, and we'll do more reacts. Thanks for watching. Peace.